Networks don't talk about it. Government can't tax it. But sports betting is a $200 billion a year business.
That's a major U.S. Supreme Court ruling that could open the door for legalized sports betting all across the country.
The Supreme Court is giving the green light for states to determine on their own whether they want to legalize sports gambling.
Tell Donahue his next pick is good for 20 grand, but I need him to guarantee a win, okay? I need a lock.
He's not that fucking good.
No, Tommy, he has to. All right, he has to, or else they're going to kill me. Do you realize this, Tommy? They're going to fucking kill me. I can't afford to gamble anymore. I need a fucking lock.
And here we go with maybe the most ironic start to a stream, as most of our beginning there is legal proceedings and clips from the movie Inside Game, which was the Donahue scandal. And Isaac, scandal is back in the NBA. That's where we're going to start. We're actually going to probably cover this for a good first portion of it, because I'll be honest, you and I talked about it this morning already a little bit. I didn't want to talk about it too much because I knew we'd be talking about it here. But holy shit, is drama back in the NBA. I mean, this is as good as it gets. I mean, we've got gambling on games. We've got poker rings. We've got ring. Like, we've got ex-players, current players, coaches. Everybody's involved. The mafia has entered the ring.
We got X-ray glasses. I was reading stuff about that.
No, dude, they have glasses. They've got marked cards that they use. We're going to get into all of this in just a minute. Obviously, we're talking about the news that has taken over the sports world in the last 24 hours, 12 hours, really. The NBA shaken up with their biggest gambling scandal since Tim Donahue. And my goodness, we knew there was some rumblings about Terry Rozier. We had heard about this almost 2 years ago. Well, I think a lot of that's coming to fruition, my friend. What was your first reaction? I know you texted me.
It's like the first thing I saw in the morning.
Most of us saw. What a way to wake up on a Thursday.
One of the top comments was Terry Rozier wasn't betting on his unders. He was just ass and got arrested for it. I was literally dying at like 6 a.m. But
dude,
yeah,
the memes have been unbelievable.
They must have been at his house early. Holy.
Well, dude,
wake up, Mr. Rozier. Time to go in.
Now that my statute of limitations on my situation hasn't lifted yet, so I won't get into getting rated. But it's unbelievable. I shouldn't say it's unbelievable. It's very believable. We live in the most gambling era of all time. And did you see the ESPN clip of them taking out the ESPN bet ad from the bottom corner as they were talking about it?
Yeah, I did.
Just conveniently making that blip disappear. So, but what we're gonna do, there was a lot of commentary, there was a lot of reporting. Obviously, Shams had the majority of the beginning, but one guy that I think had it as good as anybody, and I'm gonna pull up his tweet here. It's Joe Pompliano. For those of you that didn't follow him today, he basically broke down the press conference. And I just want to run through this. These highlights are unbelievable. So we talked about it. It's Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and then a lot of guys, Damon Jones is, to a casual wouldn't be a name that a lot of people remember. But to us, obviously, that struck a chord right away. So there's two things. There's a illegal sports rigging operation. And there's an illegal gambling poker game that is being rigged. And number 3 here, I think the one that really got me it's the Italian mafia. And I've actually heard that it's more than now just the Italian mafia, because obviously, why would it just be the Italians that are playing in these high stakes games? Obviously, we talked about it. The hardest thing you have to do in a situation like this is you have to look at, number 7 here. So the FBI says that NBA player Terry Rozier told the defendants that he was going to leave a game early on March 23rd, 23rd, 2023. So that was kind of the report that we had got, that he was under investigation and that the NBA had kind of pulled rug on him almost immediately to get that at least squash what was going on at the moment. But this is awesome. The defendants placed more than $200,000 of wagers on unders. Now, it's funny, a clip came out on Rich Eisen's show a little bit later. It was Windy talking about it, and Windhorst is like, yeah, the NBA knew about this immediately. The sports books, so the sports books have all sorts of teams that are watching for irregular trading. It's just like the SEC watching for irregular trading in the stock market. And they flagged hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in on Terry Rozier unders on a random day in March. And the NBA, they didn't do anything. They took him out. They benched him. There was an injury that was not really an injury. And they more or less swept it under the rug. I love number 8 because I knew there was more to the Jontay Porter story. We talked about Jontay Porter because I think that one you could actually just say he was ass and he just was not good at basketball, but also is now caught in the middle of this. He is threatened to get into the gambling scheme because of gambling debts. I don't know if they touched on if those are all connected to his original. Love where these games are getting played. The Hamptons, Miami, Las Vegas, and Manhattan. Love that. And then you get into why Chauncey was involved, why Damon Jones was involved. And now a big thing of this that people aren't understanding is Chauncey is only included in the poker, whereas Damon he's included in both. He's on both sides.
Did you see this stuff though about Billups pulling Denny out of the game at with 37 points
There's
with
all
3 minutes
sorts
left?
of like there. Don't get me wrong, and that's the hard thing that's going to come from any time that we have either alleged sports gambling stuff happen to a player. Everyone's going to have clips of it because everybody bitches about when something doesn't go their way and it looks rigged. I will reference BYU men's basketball. I believe 3 years ago. I still believe that game was rigged. No, it's it's just hard not to laugh at it because
I think number 8 is exactly what happened to all of them.
Yeah, I think there was definitely because the extortion part of it because there were extortion charges all over the place.
They're fucking with the mafia dudes that'll kill you type stuff.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And like these guys, yeah, they got money like that, but they also blow through money like that. We see guys go broke in the NBA all the time.
Strippers and shit.
Oh yeah, 100%. So moving down, I wanted to get to 15 is where they name the operations. So Operation Nothing But Net, and then we have Operation Royal Flush, which I think Operation Royal Flush sucks. I think that's not creative at all. Nothing But Net's not great either, but we see who runs the FBI. Cash doesn't exactly come off as a creative individual. Yeah, they've been working on the investigation for years. Victims lost at least 7 million. One guy claimed 1.8. Apparently thousands of hours of video evidence, and they did 24 warrants. So it's, to me, the thing that I get, the thing that moves me probably the most in this is that, yes, they did it with such high profile names, but then we've said it like 4 or 5 times. Fucking mob. Like this isn't just some high level rich guys. This is the mob. This is not exactly people that you show up to their games hoping to win money off of them. You're probably showing up to the games because you owe money somewhere else and that needs to get paid off. But yeah, I just, everything about this has screamed perfect start for an NBA season. I mean, the NBA was fluttering in a lot of people's eyes. I've never been so locked in to start a season. This is exactly the shot in the arm the NBA has been looking for. They just needed another big scandal. Sorry, I'm watching. Oh, no, never mind. Do you have any props going on right now?
In the base or in the basketball?
Yeah. Or you
No,
had a cross, didn't you? You had a cross sports something going on? You were prize picking it up.
Yeah, I have a lotto.
Lotto
100
ticket.
on 100 yards on Ladd and Justin Jefferson. How are they doing?
Ah, yes. Well, fraud was 1/2 Jimmy Butler rebound away from $3,000 on night one, so that fucking sucks. So I feel bad for that. All right, so let's keep it moving. That's pretty much the gist of what we know on the gambling scandal as it stands. But super fun way to get the weekend kind of started here for NBA. A few other things in the NBA that we wanted to touch on. I think the second one I want to talk about is VJ. I think VJ Edgecombe is 34 points. Was maybe I know Wemby went crazy. I know Wemby, and I have a Wemby highlight tape queued up for what we're gonna talk about next. But what did we think of VJ for Philly? Does Philly have an answer? And also, does Paul George now have every reason to get the fuck out of town?
I was laughing at. Did you see Shaq's video
No.
about Embiid? He's like, I want Embiid to see this, man. He's done. Jokic, moons ahead of him. The video is so funny. He's like, I hope Embiid sees this. He's like, I'm trying to motivate the young man. You know how he talks?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that you gotta watch that video. It's hilarious.
I will
Embiid
Jack's got a new
Embiid-
X show on now.
Embiid's knees are done. That's all I gotta say about the Phillies.
The
Yeah,
Phillies.
Edgecombe's Phillies. Philly, not Phillies, Philly, but Edgecombe, yeah, that was crazy, dude.
Yeah. Unbelievable performance
Wow.
from the Rook.
What did he end with? 34, right?
34. And
Yeah.
he was doing it inside. He was dunking. He was shooting threes. He was
Yeah,
about as good as it gets as you could be on night one. So big shout out to the rookie. But yes, I wanted to bring up this next one because obviously Wemby we knew was a witch coming into the season. It could be worse than we ever could have thought.
Dude.
I gotta pull this up and roll this. Full court zone. Turn that shit down. So Wemby here doing things from a standpoint of a man that is what 7 foot
5.
5.
They said he grew like 2 inches, so I don't know what this is.
So Victor Wembanyama ends with 40 points, doing things that only Victor Wembanyama could do. As a guy that has watched Giannis Antetokounmpo over the last few years, he is a horrible comparison to Giannis. This guy is, I don't know. You cannot compare him. He is Kevin Durant plus Giannis plus like a prime Anthony Davis in the paint. He's unreal. And like there's this shit that he was doing last night. And I get it. I mean, Dallas is not necessarily the best team in the league and they're a little banged up. Not everybody's out there. Obviously, Kyrie's out, but he was making the number one pick look like a I won't use the word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And just the bag, like, where is it here? It's not this one. He's got the
one where he blocks and comes down, step back 3 and
it's
1.
right here. It's right here. He gets the block, comes down. He's like,
little cross, little KD right here. Boom, boom.
Yeah, exactly. This is Kevin Durant. That's Kevin Durant
Boom.
right there. And 1.
Yeah.
It's like it's an unbelievable basketball player. He's so smooth. He's obviously unbelievably gifted from inside, from outside. I have not found anything in Wemby's game that I don't like. I am terrified at what the NBA is with him as our future. I kind of feel like we need to get him out of San Antonio. Isn't it time to start talking about that now that he's this good? He needs to get out.
I don't know, dude. That team's crazy, low key.
That team is good. No,
They're probably gonna win one. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh yeah, Wemby is the kind of guy that you put him on any roster right now in the league and they become a playoff team, I think, if he stays healthy. But again, that's if he stays healthy. He wasn't 100% healthy last year, so he obviously that has to continue. But yeah, Wemby just unbelievable, just certified witch, as I had in the notes here. But yeah, just absolutely nasty. And the last thing I wanted to talk about in the NBA, the Rockets started 4 guys that are 6'11". Thoughts? These are your Rockets.
Oh, sorry.
It's-
You kind of froze up. Okay, I can hear you. Wait, you there?
Oh, I'm here. You here?
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I was froze up for a sec.
Oh.
Yeah, I like it, but I think they should start Shepherd.
You are a huge Reed Shepherd fan.
I think they should go Shepherd, Thompson, and then you take out Steven Adams, have him come off the bench. You have Sengun at center, and then you have KD and Jabari Smith at forwards.
Wow, you are a white nationalist. You don't want the
That's not
foreigner to
bad.
take the-
I just don't
take the
think
domestic
Amon
job.
Thompson. I don't think Amon Thompson is a point guard. You're probably better
No,
off putting
that felt-
KD at
That
like
felt
point guard.
really,
like, no
really
joke.
forced playing him at the 1. It just
That's
did
what I'm
not.
saying.
It did not feel like that was something that needed
Like,
to happen.
Bro, KD at point guard would have looked more smooth than Amon at point guard. So you know what I mean? Like,
love to see KD play point guard. At
that's
this
what I'm
age.
saying though. It's like if you're gonna put Amon at point guard and KD at shooting guard, you might as well just let KD be shooting or point guard at that point. Like, who cares?
Oh no,
But
I don't
he can-
disagree.
But yeah, I think that I don't think Amon is a point guard.
What is the score of the
Obviously,
Chargers game
KD
right
can be
now?
a point.
Are they just
14
shitting down
to
their throat?
3.
Okay, I was gonna say there's a live
I think-
14.5 line right now on Bet Openly that
Yeah, 14-3.
kind of probably won't take, but no, that's pretty much it though for NBA. Anything else you want to talk about before we start talking about the NFL?
Fake timeout was kind of funny.
Oh yeah, the fake timeout, ghost timeout.
Well, he did call a timeout. But I don't know what he was doing there, bro. But I can't believe the refs didn't see that. The game.
my guy smoked pot. Leave him alone. He's a certified smoker. Sometimes you get lost in the moment. You forget you're Kevin Durant and you don't have any timeouts. So it's just you're Kevin Durant.
You think when he was calling it, and then immediately in his head he was like, "Oh fuck, we don't have any." Like he's probably like, "Oh, we don't have any, bro. We're about to lose."
Well, there was a quarterback did that not long ago at all, and got away with it because they didn't see it. But yeah, it was Bryce Young. Bryce Young 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? Called a timeout.
I think I did see that. Actually,
Yeah, called a timeout. Didn't know he didn't have one, but the ref didn't see it, so no flag. Very odd. But okay, that will
You
pretty much
almost
wrap it
wonder
up.
if wonder if Chauncey Billups or anyone's involved there.
I'm gonna be wondering if Chauncey Billups is involved with everything now because
Yeah.
I'm thinking Chauncey Billups might have been the man pulling the strings behind my life.
Well, dude, the weird part about it too is the Cavs. That one thing we saw, the J.R. Smith meltdown. The assistant coach was Damon Jones, bro. And like, I just saw a video of in the finals. LeBron goes up to dude shooting free throws and says,
"Oh,
you know,
he says something to him.
You know who wins. You know who wins if you miss these." That's what he says to him. Like bro, it's. I think it's gonna get crazy, bro. Like LeBron.
I personally, I know where your head's at. Your head is has gone to deep conspiracy, which I do appreciate. Don't get me wrong.
I want Lee Gambler taken in.
I mean, could you imagine Le Gambler was behind all of it?
Lee Gambler turns into a real thing. I would cry, man.
Le Gambler with La Costa Nostra. I mean, it's right there. He's halfway home.
It's him and Jordan all along, just gambling nonstop.
Yeah, did you see the Jordan pregame for NBC? What did you think of NBC's production night one?
Oh, it was. The score bug was kind of cool too.
Well, the score bug, so that it's funny. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, I love the score bug." For us college basketball heads, we've had that score bug in the Big Ten on Peacock games for a minute now, and it is one of the better ones. They hit the three, you get the little three hand up.
Yeah,
Now,
I like that.
it's definitely you see
I don't
after the
really
game
watch
they
college
email
basketball.
they're not email, but they talk to Chet like immediately out of the shower. You see that?
No, what?
Now pause. I need you to go on your phone quick. Actually, here, I'll share screen. I'll do it myself. Share screen and go back to X here. This is not exactly what I want on my search, but
So Underdog just tweeted Ben Shepherd starts second half in place of Andrew Nemhart on Thursday. Dude tweets arrest everyone involved.
So this is the photo of the post game. There were actually two of these.
Wait, what? This can't be real, bro.
Brother, he is in a towel down below, shirtless with a towel on up top, just chilling with Melanie. Is it Melanie Ricks? I forget which chick that is. It's him, Mello, Vince Carter.
This isn't Sora, right? Like
no, right? This is not Sora.
it's
Hold on, there's a better one.
this guy's
This one. Chet just
Bro.
flexed the finals ring in front of 3 ringless Hall of Famers.
Oh, bro! At first, I thought her hand. I thought his towel was slipping, bro. I was
Oh,
like, no
shit.
way.
Yeah, her hand is.
She's grabbing.
Oh, but yes, no, that was the discourse at the end of the game. But no, I thought Peacock. I mean, we needed a refresh. Yeah, no. And I don't know if you watched the TNT guys broadcast on ESPN. I mean, it's the same thing. It's not going to be a huge difference. But I do think the NBA on Peacock, especially if they're going to just get freak of the week with it and let Chet come out here and do it in his fucking towel. That'll be a very interesting way of going about it. But no, that's our NBA talk. I think we've hit our NBA quota for the rest of the weekend. So shall we start talking a little bit of football? I've got props that I would like to bounce off you.
Yeah, I got some.
Perfect.
Let
me.
I can whip props up on the top of my dome.
They call you Propstradamus.
Let me pull this.
All right. I am also doing that. So as we do that, as we're pulling stuff up, do remember that this stream is brought to you by the screen that you'll see in just a moment, Bet Openly. In the world of bet exchanges, Bet Openly is the OG of peer-to-peer. It is the only way that I go about betting my sides and totals during the NFL season. You're talking 90% less juice. Yes, you are paying way too much juice right now. You're paying minus 110. You do not have to. A lot of the Bet Openly lines are sitting in the plus money area just for your simple spreads and totals. And then when you get into player props where you're getting absolutely gouged, as you're going to see in a second, Bet Openly is elite when you get into that. So definitely make sure you are tapping my link in my bio and getting signed up with Bet Openly for the football weekend. So, all righty. Now I've got this up. Let me share that screen as well. There is one really good thing about this weekend, Isaac. There is no football overseas.
Dude, the backdrop is hilarious. I just realized.
You didn't realize we were sitting in a courtroom with my typewriter font up top? Yeah. This kid's stoned out of his gourd. All right. Next. Miami and Atlanta is going to start us. It is a noon game because we have no games in London, in Ireland, and we're soon going to Spain. But no, Miami and Atlanta should be an interesting game. Miami sucks. Atlanta's laying 7.5. Total is 44.5. I've got a prop in this game, Isaac, and it is probably a guy that I've bet on what feels like every game this year.
I was gonna literally say Bijan because
Bijan, and you can choose this number at 132.5. I personally went with his rushing total. Bijan rushing yards, 85.5. Or sorry, no, I did not go with rushing yards. I went receiving yards with Bijan. I'm like, why is that number not make sense? It's because it's his receiving total. Where'd my props back me up? Well, there we go. And Bijan Robinson. All right. So Bijan Robinson, I've got over 35.5. Isaac, if you had to tell me the 3 most electric players in football this season, would you leave him off the list?
probably not. No.
Could you leave him off the list? He is, in my opinion, unbelievable. And he's going up against a Miami secondary that might be the worst in the league. They
We're
are
looking at 1,115 yards rushing allowed.
Oh, they're crazy. I mean, the rush defense is bad. The pass defense is bad. I'm
Team's
going with
bad.
the team is bad. The team's in absolute shambles at the moment. If we're being completely, if we're keeping it. What did he say? What's the fucking line?
Keep it a buck. Is that what he said?
No, do you keep it a buck? Yeah, keep it a buck. We ass.
Yeah, them Dolphins now need to start saying that.
Oh, it's no, the Dolphins is bad. I mean, did you watch last weekend's game? I mean, it was last weekend.
They're
hard to
they're
watch.
horrible.
This is a sad football team. I don't know how Mike Daniels has a job. I can't wait for him to land somewhere and be like an awesome offensive coordinator again, because I think that is his role. I think he was a little too cool to play the head coach, kind of position. But yeah, Bijan, look at him over the last 4 games, 52, 68, 106, 39. He has been awesome. He's averaging 58 receiving yards per game. Again, I talked about it. Miami is soft. Their linebackers rank 30th in coverage, and that's who's going to have to be covering probably the most athletic guy in the field. So in my opinion, Bijan Robinson going receiving yards. You could go rushing yards in this scenario. Actually, Bijan rushing, because I was all over I knew it was going to be Bijan somehow. I just had to figure out how. But if you look at his rushing, the problem I have with that is the uncertainty. Last week, he only had 40 yards rushing. Then he goes 170 against Buffalo. Then it's 75, 72, 143 against Minnesota. There's just not consistency there. There is consistency in his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, which I do think is going to continue. Outside of Bijan, is there anybody in this first game that catches your eye? It's a little bit of a stinker to start us off.
Nah, Bijan's the only one I'm really looking at there.
Sure. Moving
Maybe
down.
to a pick. You can always go with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're headed back to the well for a Tua pick.
You could probably ladder it, Tua 1, 2, 3, 4 picks. You might hit.
That'd be fucked. You can find a place to get that many interceptions and still get somewhat fair odds. God bless you. The Bills and the Panthers. I'm going to talk with Eric about this game a lot. I do not have any props in this one. How about you?
No.
Yeah.
I need a Kincaid. It's National Tight End Day, so Kincaid's.
Yes, we did forget to mention it is National Tight Ends Day this weekend, so the tight end props shall be hot. Kincaid definitely one you could keep an eye on. Jets and Bengals. I've got a prop for this one. Another stinky game where a bad team is laying a lot of points. So in this one, you're going to the receiving yards, because the Jets are, I believe, 31st in coverage, 32nd in coverage. They've been toying back and forth. It's Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase over receiving yards, 85.5. I actually got it at 86.5 for plus money. Ja'Marr Chase is absolutely disgusting. Joe Flacco knows that Ja'Marr Chase is the best receiver. Maybe Joe Flacco is Ja'Marr Chase the best receiver Joe Flacco's ever thrown to? I'm trying to think. I'm literally looking right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Who has he? Yeah, no, it's definitely Ja'Marr Chase. Jamar Chase. So yeah, receiving yards, it's 85, 86.5, depending where you're looking at it. 161, 94, and 110 over the last 3 weeks. Again, playing one of the worst coverage teams in the league in the Jets. The Jets are without Justin Fields in this one. They are rolling with Tyrod Taylor. Don't hate looking at Tyrod Taylor props. Cincinnati doesn't exactly light the world on fire, but alas, we have no quarterback props yet because I do think there is still a little uncertainty on who's going to be starting that game. Anything Jets Bengals?
Jets +6.
Oh
I'm
boy,
putting my money on Tyrod, baby.
I definitely agree with you. And now I actually might have to do that. San Francisco and Houston. I had nothing in this one. I was toying with some CMC props. The Texans, their only redeeming quality is their defense. So I did end up kind of laying off on that. I think you could play some Texan unders if you wanted to strategically place that, depending on cornerback matchups. But I am not playing anything in this game.
I don't think I have anything either.
Yeah. Next one I do, though. Baltimore Ravens, Chicago Bears. Lamar is back. I am not betting on Lamar Jackson. I'm betting on Derrick Henry. I'm betting Derrick Henry to go over 90.5 rushing yards. Not exactly a number that he's been super consistent on. I don't know how much I can read into his stats without his running mate in the backfield. It's really tough. Last week he had 122 against Los Angeles, and then he hadn't hit it for the last 4 weeks. But again, when they're Lamarless, why do you need to hammer Derrick Henry? And obviously Baltimore is in a do or die situation. I think their season is as on life support as one can be. I do think the line is probably way higher than it probably needs to be at 6.5, but you're not going to see me taking the Bears in this one.
No Bears for me.
No Bears. I think teasers. I mean, if you like any of these underdogs, want to tease them out to 13, 14 points. I think the Giants are a good team to look at that to do. They are catching 7 against the Eagles. I've got nothing in that one either.
They play again?
Yeah, Giants and Eagles. They play every week.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, really?
No, they're just they literally play again though. It's ridiculous. The scheduling.
Yeah, what that? Dang. Now look at what they have it. I don't even know, dude. I would maybe try the Giants points. I have faith in Jackson Dart. Actually, that's what I'm gonna tease. I'm gonna tease the Giants and what was the other game we talked about with the points? Jets. Giants and Jets.
Oh God, you're gonna New York tease it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're disgusting. How high are you?
Dude, bad.
Next game. All right on. We are moving to Cleveland and the Patriots. I do have a bet in this one. I am rolling with Quinshon Judkins over rushing and receiving yards. I just want to double check my line because my handwriting was ass. And Judkins, yep, 80.5 rushing and receiving yards. I am going over. He has been a solo bright spot for the Browns. 84, 36, 128, 115, 95. The dude,
and they have a QB that can't throw. So
yeah, I mean it's a young QB. I think Gabriel is absolutely not the answer, but he has been giving the ball to Judkins on a regular basis.
You know what time it is, then. You know what time it is.
It is time to get that shadusky wet, but
actually, though,
you like
it probably is. That's a good one.
Judkins actually 75.5 rush receiving yards. What the hell line was I betting?
Judkins, yeah, wait, what did you get?
What did I get?
Did you ladder?
Bro.
Oof.
I just got a bad line. Fuck that. Cancel. That's why we like peer-to-peer, baby. What the fuck? I was off by 5 yards? I'm so confused. Go back. Steven Rushing.
I don't know why I would have dropped that much. Might want to check out the report here.
I'm a little concerned. You've got where do you
5-yard swing.
5
You got it
yards
right in the middle there. 12, right in the middle. Yeah.
Well, the big thing is the odds flipped from plus to minus 108, but I don't give a shit. I'm betting 56
5 yards is 5 yards.
or 55 rather. What am I talking about? 56. Yeah, 56. We'll do a little half unit play on that. I don't love that the line was moved. I don't love that the line was moved. Damn it, that sucks. All right, let's keep it rolling with the last.
I also think the
game.
Blue Jays are going to win tomorrow. Just to throw that out there because I saw baseball.
Yeah, fair enough. Fuck baseball though. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay and the Saints. I like Tampa in the matchup. I do not have a prop in this game. I've only actually got, I believe, one prop that we haven't touched on yet. Anything Bucks and Saints. Bucks are pretty banged up in the receiver room. Mike Evans with a pretty unfortunate injury there.
Yeah, check. Can you do longest reception?
I can do longest reception. Who would you like to look at longest reception for?
Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed. 18.5.
That's it right there.
Let's see what Mr. Shaheed's done this season, shall we?
Shaheed had like an 87 yarder like last week or the week before, I think.
3 weeks ago against New York, but I don't know, man. 13, 17, 87, 15, 15. I'm nervous for you.
Is that his like his total receiving yards?
No, that was his longest reception.
Oh, okay. Bucks.
Tread lightly.
Bucks don't have the greatest secondary though.
Their secondary is not good.
So Shaheed is known for the deep ball, and I think they're gonna try to go deep on them, especially the Buccaneers.
Spencer Rattler's got a pretty good deep ball.
And Spencer
Underrated.
Rattler is
Underrated
decent,
deep ball.
yeah.
Underrated
don't
deep
have
ball.
the greatest O-line. I'm going with that. And
No, I
when you
don't
see
hate
the
that.
notification, that Shaheed just busted one for 80 yards, you'll
think of
get a
you.
text message. Yeah.
I'll think
You won't have to. You'll just get a message from me.
I was gonna say,
shortly after.
you'll be the one texting me. Yes. This one here, I am not touching this game with a 15, 20, 30-foot pole, Titans, Colts, anything possible?
This is a game. Wait, so what? Titans haven't won a game, right?
Titans have won a game. They beat Arizona.
Did they? Oh yeah, they did in that BS comeback.
Yeah, BS comeback game.
I was gonna say if the Titans haven't won a game, I would sprinkle Titans money line simply off the narrative and the fact that shitty teams always seem to get their first win against like good teams. But yeah, I don't fuck this game.
Well, right now, I mean, my future on Tennessee under 5.5 at plus 125 just feels so good. This team is bad. Sometimes you just got to listen when your quarterback needs to keep it a buck that they are ass.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're ass.
Keep it a buck. They're ass. Keep it a buck. Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos. I do have a prop for this one. I think the Cowboys secondary is absolute cheeks. I got Bo Nix over 233.5 passing yards. Mr. Nix has started to finally turn a corner after a slow start to the season. I was a little worried for Bo Nix there, but as of late, it's been just fine. He is starting to settle in. Sean Payton seems to be calling a more fluid game plan for him. But yeah, 279 last week, 174, 242, 326. So 3 out of his last 4 games has reached that number, and you're facing a Cowboys secondary that is as bad as it can be. So I love Bo Nix in that spot. I got 0.75 units on it.
Yeah, I like Bo Nix. I'll agree with that. I also think what's Cortland Sutton's anytime?
Cortland Sutton, anytime touchdown. Show me cow. Anytime Cortland Sutton.
You remember when we were on here? Was that last time? And we had it was the week before that, and we called McMillan TD.
Oh yeah, Pat McMillan.
We were a week early on Travis Hunters.
I'll be honest, we've been talking Travis Hunter first touchdown for a month.
No, bro, no.
No. Yeah, so if you like Cortland Sutton, plus 144 on Bet Openly.
I like Sutton for 1, and I also think he could score 2, personally.
If you think Sutton can score 2 touchdowns, you can get Cortland Sutton to score a pair at 10-1. So definitely a long shot.
With that secondary.
That secondary is the kind of secondary that you could do it against. Absolutely.
They're so atrocious.
So atrocious. All right. So before we talk about that game, I want to talk about the other 2 games. The other game, I should say. Washington is facing KC. KC laying 12. Washington is Daniels-less. I think I got to lay 12 with Kansas City against Marcus Mariota on Monday Night Football. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Eric about this one. He's the kind of guy that's going to say, "Oh no, Mariota's X and X against the spread in this spot."
Daniels is out. He's out again. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, he's out again. So that was a nice little fantasy update that I got, as he's my fantasy quarterback. But I got Drake May as a backup. It's about as good as I can get for a backup quarterback. All right, let's not talk about that game then. Let's talk about the game that we're actually worried about this weekend. That is, it's not making me lose sleep, Isaac. It's just making me a little nervous. Green Bay is on the road, laying 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're not laying 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're laying 3 against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but he's throwing 3.
I think Aaron Rodgers, you outline his touchdown passes, because our secondary is brutal. Aaron Rodgers.
You already know he's coming out slinging with vengeance, bro.
1.5 at -115. But the problem with Rodgers this year, it's getting like
4, man.
It's like it was at the end of the time in Green Bay. He obviously, DK is the one guy that he trusts at a receiver standpoint. Outside of that, he's throwing to tight ends and running backs. Like
Warren's kind of good.
Here, hold on. Let me pull up Steelers stats. I'll pop this down.
I just have a feeling he's gonna torch us, bro. I really do.
Oh, I am not disagreeing with you to the
If the NFL is rigged, he's gonna torch us.
Sure.
That would be the actual narrative, and it's gonna happen.
Well, if he's gonna do it, he's gonna need to figure out some receivers, because as of right now, you see in his receivers DK, Freiermuth, Jaylen Warren, and then you have Calvin Austin has 10 catches on the year, and then you don't have another receiver till Roman Wilson with 4 catches.
I mean, you could toss it up to Scotty Miller and pray.
You got Scotty Miller on that roster, which, how old is Scotty Miller? He's got to be he's 28 only. Huh. Good for Scotty. Still in the league.
I think they need to try to involve Roman Wilson. I think he's got untapped potential, maybe.
I mean, this is a dude that played with JJ McCarthy at Michigan, where JJ didn't throw the ball. So I don't know how good he is either. And I mean, it seems like Darnell Washington is okay at football, not great at football. Jonnu Smith is a big reception guy, but he's only averaging 5.8 yards a catch. Yeah, I don't know what to think. Aaron Rodgers is quite the conundrum when it comes to playing the position. And what do you know? This is no different. This is exactly how it's always been. So I'm not super, super surprised that the line is only 3. I personally, I don't think we're going to cover 3 points. I think this is going to be way too close. And I do think this is going to come down to an Aaron Rodgers drive that is going to be the longest 5 minutes of my life. I think Jordan Love plays well. Pittsburgh's defense has underperformed over the last 4 weeks.
Update. Chauncey Billups has been released from custody.
Oh, he's yapping. Chauncey's talking.
He already talked.
Did you see? Oh, dude. Actually, hold on. Did you see the Gilbert Arenas?
Bro, did you see what Cash said to Stephen A. Smith?
What?
Did you see what Cash Patel said to Stephen A. Smith, bro?
No, I'm pulling it up.
You gotta watch this and play this right now. You might need to spell his name. Go to yeah.
Yeah, down the street. By the way, this was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
He looks like he's like on perks or something, bro. We arrest you for crimes. Put the text on that photo.
Oh, dude. Yeah, bro, you are a walking crime.
That is so funny.
But what was I gonna pull up? Fuck, what did I just say? Oh,
Yeah,
Gilbert
sorry,
Arenas. No,
Gilbert Arenas. That's just crazy. He yaps.
Gilbert Arenas. Some of the funniest shit. This. Informant lunch. This is how he pulled up to work.
Bro told on everyone, bro.
Look at this fucking picture, dude. Shout out Bet Openly getting in the
Bet
lead.
Openly comments. That's actually hilarious.
Oh,
Oh, he got KFC. Yeah, he told.
he told on I've seen that first 48.
He's telling on people in high school, everything.
Oh, dude, it's too good. It's too
Isn't
good.
that the same guy that was found with guns in his locker?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and he was been very open about this. Hold on. I
He's a shooter. I don't know.
He's lethal shooter, yes. Let me get back to this. Well, I'm more or less just killing time at the moment. There's Eric who just got in. We'll get him off the bench in just a second, but this is the last. Fuck, what was the last thing I wanted? Oh, have you seen The Rise of Hood Genius?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He's almost at 200,000 followers.
Where's he from?
He's Wisconsin, I would imagine.
Is he in Milwaukee?
He claims Bucks and Packers. So I mean,
it's IP, bro.
It's I don't care if I get arrested. I gabled too. My name is Doc Rivers, and I coach the Milwaukee Bucks. There's been more memes than I'll ever be able to.
This is crazy. I have a feeling there's gonna be more names and stuff coming.
The Cash Patel answer to Stephen A. Smith is so perfect. You know Stephen A. Smith is going to have an answer to the answer.
Oh, and it's going to be hilarious too.
It's going to be loud. It's going to be hilarious. So, all right.
The funniest thing, Stephen A. Smith, Zion eat the table stuff is the funniest shit I've ever seen in like sports history. I cannot believe that was on like live TV.
There's a lot of things Stephen A. Smith. I mean, what did he had the whole rant about him like being an ass man. Like he said some shit on TV that's nuts. All right. Well, I'm gonna get on with it. I appreciate you popping in, talking scandal and talking NBA props. We will
for sure, bro.
Continue to keep the people updated on the newest developments of that. For myself, that is Murph Prostradamus Fraudulent signing off, and coming in off the bench, the OG. What's going on, Eric? Welcome in.
How you doing, dude?
Good. Just had a hilarious 40-minute conversation about all the things happening in the NBA. we are just giggling our asses off at everything.
Big day in the NBA.
What a way to wake up on a Thursday. But yeah, no, man. How is it's been a couple of weeks since we last talked. How the bet's been doing? Things been going swell.
Things are going good, man. You know, no complaints. Association started off well. Had them.
Yeah, absolutely. I had I got absolutely bit last night. I bet Kevin Porter Jr. over or 20 plus points. He was getting his first start at point guard for Milwaukee, and he had 10 points in the first 8 minutes and rolled his ankle. And that was I'm back for NBA props because that is just how that works.
Yeah, I mean, I had Middleton. I had his PRA over, and then I had over 20 points plus at plus. I think it was like 450,
470. I think I saw you sent me. That was a great bet as well. Chris Middleton. Big shout out to the Bucks, the fans. They did it right. Made sure Chris came back with open arms.
Grinding out I hate the Pacers, but I'm on the Pacers tonight, so grinding that one out. And
I've got that.
I have the Hawkinson over, but seems to me like O'Connell is content on not using the tight end today. So yeah, I'm just going to count that one as a loss. So
well, it's not National Tight Ends Day yet. That's the problem. It's not till Sunday.
National Tight Ends Week.
Week, of course. God forbid they don't get a full week. All right. Well, Eric and I, you know how this works. If you've watched before, me and Isaac blaze through the shenanigans, the props. This is the part of the program where we get into sides, we get into totals. We're still going to talk props a little bit because I like to bounce my ideas off my guy, but we are going to pull up the Bet Openly odds screen. And my favorite thing about this weekend, Eric, we are not starting over.
Holy shit, you have a courtroom as your background. That's kind of funny. Pretty good.
I didn't see it right away either.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you. But yes, we are not starting overseas. We get a nice little break from the international series. However, we do start with a little bit of a stinker here. Miami and Atlanta. There's no way you're on Miami, are you?
I'm in. I actually love this one. I gave this one out on my show a little earlier. Still love it at 7 or anything or higher.
Nice.
Hate myself. This is something I have to do. Buying low, selling high. And this week we're buying the Dolphins coming off an ugly loss over the lonely Browns. Teams coming off a 20-point loss or more cover 54% of the time, 3.7% ROI.
Nice.
If they're underdogs, jumps to 55.4 with a 7.2% ROI. When they're catching a tutty or more, 56.2% ATS with a 7.9% ROI. Now let's just kind of look at the matchup. The fast turf at Mercedes-Benz Stadium plays right into the Dolphins' offensive speed. Atlanta ranks 22nd in DVOA against the run, giving up 124 yards per game, just allowed a $171 to the Niners. Also 21st DVOA defending running backs in the passing game. Important because Devon Achane is basically the whole offense in terms of the running game and even the passing game, second in both targets and receptions, in line for a big game. Now, the key thing is Miami loves to blitz. They're 5th in the league in blitz rate. And when you look at how Penix has done against the blitz per Summer Sports, Penix against pressure this season, 34.6 completion percentage. That's 40th out of 40 qualifying QBs. 4.4 yards per attempt. That's 32nd of 40 QBs. 230 yards. That's 32nd of 42 Bs and 0 tutties. Now, when you compare that to Tua, the Falcons blitz at the highest rate in the league, and Tua absolutely shreds the blitz. Why? Because the Dolphins offense is designed to get the ball out of his hands quickly. First in completion percentage in yards, first in touchdowns when pressured. And one more angle here, red zone efficiency. The Falcons rank 29th in red zone offense, while the Miami 6th at 9th. That is a big gap, especially when a spread this size. I know people are going to mention Miami's run defense, but when you look at it, they only allowed 104 yards rushing to the Browns. That's a little bit better than what people thought. They kept Judkins under his total. I'm just going to stick with the trends. I'm going to trust the matchup. I'm going to take the Dolphins here. I found that plus 7.5 on an offshore book.
Yeah, and I was kind of saying you're on them tongue-in-cheek, A, because I watched and know you're on them already, and B is because I look at this as who are the Atlanta Falcons to be laying more than a touchdown against anybody right now? Don't get me wrong. They're a solid team. They're not a team to be laying more. And you talked about it, red zone inefficiency. You know what you have to do to lay big totals? You have to score touchdowns.
Yeah, score touchdowns.
Field goals don't get you to that number. And no, I agree with you. It's an ugly, ugly number. Miami at 7.5 is a number that I would probably be teasing if it's there on game day. Love getting that thing out to near 13 because I do not see Atlanta. Atlanta is not a team that I believe wins by margin in any scenario. So don't hate that. I do have one prop in that game. I do have Bijan Robinson over 35.5 receiving yards. I do kind of believe that the trend of the Miami rush defense is maybe people are a little too excited about how bad that defense is and Bijan getting to play them. So I think that number is a little inflated, whereas this number is something he's reached in 4 of his last 5 games. So like him to go over in his receiving. Bills and Panthers. I like Carolina.
I mean, I'm probably going to be on a prop here. When I looked earlier today, it wasn't on. Interesting game though. You know, the Panthers have kind of found this newfound rushing attack. Last 3 games, averaging $190. Bills are 26 DVOA defending the run. Will they be able to stop the passing run game, which is up to 7th DVOA? That's going to be the big thing. Do the Bills fix their run defense issues? Will Ed Oliver be back? Will Kincaid be back? Because the Bills passing game has really struggled since Kincaid went out. Panthers have struggled this season against the tight end, giving up the most yards per game to the position. 32nd DVOA defending the pass. No props for him posted yet. You need to look at the practice reports. If they're good, I'm kind of going to go for it. He's averaged 4.8 targets, 4 receptions, 57 yards per game. Panthers run zone at the highest rate, and Kincaid against zone coverage this season. 15 targets, 14 receptions, 93.3% catch rate, 180 yards, 12.9 yards per catch, 83 yards after the catch. So I'm really interested in Dalton Kincaid if he's out there playing and everything.
It's funny you say that. Isaac was all over Kincaid, and we already went for the search of props. And yes, he is not really posted anywhere. I think Prize Picks might have him. Just because they're doing all of their National Tight Ends Day promotions. But yeah, I like Kincaid too. But yeah, I got Carolina. I laid 7.5 with this one. I just thought that was a lot of points. I think Carolina's playing pretty solid football for Carolina standards. And I think the Bills are maybe riding a little bit higher than what they actually are.
In the Red Rocket, you trust?
In the Red Rocket, I will always trust. If I've learned anything over the last few years, quarterback play is so poor now. Even these older guys can plug and play and still be pretty efficient, and especially in games that you need to cover numbers. I like the guys like Joe Flacco. However, conversely, I do not like him laying 6 against the Jets. Isaac and I leaning New York. They're going with Tyrod Taylor this week. I'm interested to see which way you're
going. Are they for sure? Because when I read it earlier,
it's back and forth. They don't have any props up, so it's like Aaron Glenn's playing the I'm not telling you game, which for maybe the worst head coach in the NFL. I don't know why he's doing that, but whatever.
I mean, for me, look, it sucks. I know it does, but seriously, in what world do we trust in the Bengals defense to cover 6.5 points?
Yeah.
I get it.
No, I agree.
Glenn's over his head. Tanner Estron shouldn't be an offensive coordinator. Ownership's calling out Fields. We don't even know who's starting at quarterback, but let's be real. Do we actually trust this Bengals defense to win with margin? Just listen to these numbers, my friend. Per PFF, 4th overall worst defense, 3rd overall worst rushing defense, 5th overall worst tackling defense, 6th worst coverage grade, 11th worst pass rush. So the best thing they do is the pass rush is 11th. Now, if Hendrickson doesn't play, obviously you have to feel that's going to deteriorate a little bit. When we look at DVOA, worst DVOA, 2nd worst pass defense, 3rd worst rush defense. So then again, are we trusting this defense with those numbers to win by a touchdown? When I was looking through these trends on the database I use, the interesting thing I found out over the last 20 years, Bengals have really struggled the week after playing the Steelers, covering just 41% of the time, negative 20% ROI. Now, here's the real thing that blew my mind. Do you care to guess where PFF graded the Bengals as overall teams?
I had to guess, I mean, based off those numbers, 27, 28.
Close. 29th.
29th.
Okay. 3rd worst team in the league. Do you care to guess where they have the Jets?
I would imagine the Jets are 32nd.
Nope. 10th worst. 22nd. They have the Jets graded higher than the Bengals. So literally PFF sees the Bengals as a worse team. Now, yes, and also Joe Flacco said in his post-game interview he didn't know the playbook, but said the Steelers always do the same thing defensively and that he just stayed patient in the pocket. He'd find openings. Veteran awareness, it showed last week. Defensively, the Jets defense has been solid this season. And when we look at it, I think Wilks is going to be able to come up with a game plan that allows Flacco to struggle, not get what he was getting before.
Sure.
Also, Bengals blitz the third lowest rate in the league. And if Trey Henderson doesn't play, are they going to be able to get that pass rush, which is huge because Jets offensive line has really struggled protecting. I know it's ugly. It's one of those games that after you bet it, you want to take a shower because you feel so effing dirty laying those numbers. But I'm going to take the Jets plus 6.5. Again, and I found another one of those offshores. Now, also, this is what I'm going to say about the betting thing, because I've mentioned offshores twice.
Yeah.
Offshores, you get paid in fucking crypto.
Yes.
So hypothetically, let's pretend I'm a pro athlete and I have a foot injury. I would tell you to go play my under. Will the price be a little skewed because props are always skewed offshore?
Sure.
But it would be safer. I would tell you, hey, go to Bet Online, play my under points. I tell my other buddy, go to Bookmaker, play my under. Tell my other buddy, go to Heritage, play my under. You know what I mean? And
there's a lot of other ways around it that you do not need to use a retail book, and why they used retail books, I'll never understand.
Just idiotic. Just and sending text messages. Like
anytime you get into wire fraud, you have to you just pound your head against the wall, because it's like, how are you guys doing this over the phone? It's like, what in the fuck?
I will say this though, like I was talking to my buddy Brad, who like taught me everything about gambling, and the comment he made a funny ass comment to me. He goes, what was his comment? He goes, this FBI director seems like a clown. So if I was going to get indicted, this would be the time to do it.
Dude, we just watched we were watching clips of him. He's hard to take fully serious. And I mean, I
saw that, but like, so I know it started during the Biden administration. I don't want to get all politics. I hate talking politics.
Correct.
The timing does seem weird to me. Like, why didn't they do this at the beginning of the month? If they had all this stuff, why did they wait to opening day? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't fully get the timing aspect. Now, it's funny that Windhorse talked about the fact that, you know, we don't know a lot of the people that are involved in this, and we don't know the people that are actually the people that are doing the more illegal things instead of Chauncey and Jones and all that. So, I mean, there's definitely levels to this, but yeah, it's why retail books, who told them retail books were a good idea. But again, I think people are just stupid. People just don't understand that. Like it's Wendy said immediately, it raised every red flag in the world to these sports books that there was variance in Terry Rozier unders on a random March day.
It's kind of like the TikTok. There's like this TikTok these three guys made. Like this one guy was like, oh, what'd you bet on today? The guy was like, oh, I took Luka over 30 points. Oh, what'd you bet on today? He's like, oh, I took so-and-so over what? What'd you bet on today? Oh, I took Joey Porter under 3.5 points.
Jonathan Porter under 3.5 for like 30 grand.
Like you're like, what? Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just
he just left the game. It's just crazy. But yeah, no, that's only gonna get spicier and spicier. So well, we started with maybe three of the, like you said, shower lines, we'll call them. Miami plus 7.5, Carolina plus 7, Jets plus 6. We get into a little bit of a better matchup here. San Francisco and Houston. This is a game that I just could not find an angle on. I was looking for props, didn't find any props that I love. I just really don't know where I stand on the Houston Texans right now. And I don't know how good San Francisco truly is. So it's a game that I'm laying off just for a lack of confidence.
You know, for me, I really want to take Texans here since Christmas of 2023. Niners are just 1-13 ATS after a straight up win. Texans defense played great against the Seahawks, forced some turnovers, but it's just the offense just isn't clicking. Nico Collins is in concussion protocol. on a short week. Is that turnaround going to happen? Is he going to be able to get there? We don't know. Is Pearsall playing? And an interesting thing for me is if I'm Brock Purdy and I'm seeing how well Mac Jones is doing, and I know in the back of my head that Shanahan wanted to draft him third, but Lynch wanted to draft Lance. Now he's here performing well. Am I going to rush back? You know what I mean? Like,
That's probably a rush back spot. I mean,
and
he
what's going on with Pearsall? Like
prime
there's just a lot of
Wally
questions.
Pip territory.
You know, there's just a lot of questions here. Like, if I had to bet this game, I'd probably bet the Texans, but it's just not a game I'm running to push money across the counter.
Good. I'm happy that you feel that way. All right, let's move to Chicago and Baltimore. I bet the over in this one. I think we're going to see a lot of points in Lamar Jackson's return, but I also think we're going to see a Derrick Henry influx. The Bears defense gives up over 135 rushing yards per game. Derrick Henry has been a little inconsistent, didn't do great without Lamar, but I don't think they were pushing him real hard. This is basically your season. If you're going to just tank this thing out, or if you're going to fight and scratch and claw. So I think we get Baltimore's best. I'm going to go with the over because I do think Ben Johnson does have the ability to get points in a blowout. But I do think this is Baltimore all day long.
I really don't know what's happening with Jackson. Limited on the passing on the practice report today.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I didn't get a chance to look at today. Bears obviously due for some regression. Should have lost to the Raiders. Raiders outgained them by 3 yards per play, which is insane. They lost that game. Commanders gave it up on the turnover late, and Saints just kept on turning the ball over. Bears run game was great last week. Had 220 yards. They made a change in their offensive line, switch guards. It looked better. How are they going to do against the Ravens defense? 134 yards per game, 26 most in the league. Odunze should be in line for a bounce back spot. Ravens man coverage, second highest rate in the league. PFF has Odunze ranked high against man coverage. But to me, when you just historically look at how well Jackson has been against the NFC East, like you said, this is their season. You got to kind of take him there. So, I mean, if I can get under 7, I'll probably take it. I mean, what is it at now? 6.5?
Yeah, 6.5. It's a great spot if you're a Wong teaser guy. Get that thing down and play that almost money line. I agree. But yeah, I think points and I think Baltimore are the two angles that I would see. New York is facing Philly again. New York is catching 7 points, and I'm assuming you like the Giants? Oh, did I lose you?
All right. I was muted. I was muted, dude. My bad. There you go. My bad. No, I want nothing to do with this game. On my show, and let me tell me what you think about this. I think long term, it actually helps the Giants. They lost that game. I really feel if they would have won that game with a win in hand over the Eagles, I think they would have made a move at the trade deadline, trade some draft capital, look to get a playmaking wide receiver, Meyer, Olave, maybe in Waddle. Their offensive line sucks. They don't need to be throwing away draft picks right now. I look at next year is their year. Use your draft capital, get some draft picks. You got your guy in Dart. You still have some time to play around with him when he's on his contract. So let's not do anything crazy and waste him.
Yeah, and I think you have these young guys, and they see it's not really. I don't want to say it's like a welcome to the NFL moment, but it's just more of a reality check on how quickly things can turn and how every single snap you need to look to finish your opponent because they just didn't finish him.
And it also gets them out of Shane Bowden, who fucking sucks.
Sure.
He's shown us that in Tennessee and here he shouldn't have been a DC. Gives them an out. I don't know what's going to happen with the Bull. Is the Bull going to stay there? Is the Bull going to go? Is he going to be back? God only knows. But I will say this: they do need a better defensive coordinator. I just think long term they're not going to burn draft capital now because why are you going to burn draft capital just to make the playoffs to lose to the Bucks, Eagles, Cowboys, Lions, whoever, Packers, whoever? You know what I mean?
They're not at the level where they're at. They are a fun story. You know, they were exactly this kind of team. You know, you get a cool win against the Chargers at home. You steal one against the Eagles at home. but to go to Philly is a little bit of a different ball game. So, no, I agree with you there. Cleveland and New England, just another game of a team laying a touchdown. How many games do we have? Is every game?
Yeah, there's
Oh
some
my
big
God.
spreads.
It's every game except for Houston thus far has been laying a touchdown. I didn't even realize that. For me in this game, I've got Judkins rushing, receiving over 80.5. He has cleared that number swimmingly over the last few. But outside of that, I don't see an angle in this game for me that's super exciting.
I mean, for this one, it just comes down, who do you trust? Do you trust Gabriel against a Vrabel defense? Or do you trust May against right now the best defensive front in the NFL? But that defense hasn't played it as well on the road. 7, that's a lot of points. Vrabel historically really doesn't cover these big numbers. And I'll be utterly honest, if there was anyone but Dylan Gabriel at quarterback, I'd be invested on the Browns team.
I agree. I agree.
Gabriel on the road.
If we still had Flacco back there, I'd be betting the Browns.
Or even Sanders can throw the ball. What did he throw the ball like 40 times and no passes or over 10 yards against the Steelers a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. No, it's he limits their offense to a point where blowouts can happen pretty quick. Not a big fan of his game. Bucks and Saints. I got the Bucks laying 4. I like the Bucks. I bet the Bucks a lot this year. I think the Bucks are a little banged up, obviously, in the wide receiver room, but I do not believe in the Saints. I know this is a divisional game where I'm sure every trend in the world tells me that I'm wrong. This was my one. Every now and again, I get one of those gut plays. This is a gut play. This is me laying 4 for Tampa. What are your thoughts?
Oh my God, are we gonna have another T-shirt bet, dude? Are you gonna get another T-shirt from me?
I don't want a Bucks. Bucks T-shirt might not be bad.
I look at it like this: do we trust the Bucks with the injuries that they have? Mayfield career, he's made 21 starts as a favorite against the divisional opponent, and he is 7-14 ATS in those games. Bulls 37% against the number as a straight up loss. I love me some home divisional dogs. Bucks defense a little overvalued. It's only 14th DVOA, 19th against the pass, 7 against the run. When you look at PFF grades, they're graded the 19th best team in the league. So they're not really graded that well when you kind of step back and look at the analytics. Even though they lost last week, I have this site I go for Lunk rankings. They are still graded the luckiest team in the league. Saints, one of the unluckiest. So obviously they're due for a little bit of regression. They're playing on a short week, a physical game against the Lions. Last 3 years, teams after playing the Lions are only 41% ATS. Now, I know you're a college football head. This is a big name. I'm finally excited. This kid is going to get on the field. Devin Neal.
Kansas.
With Andre Miller out with that knee injury and Kamara Abbas having no bounce in his step.
Right.
This is Neal time. I think he's going to see a little bit. We all know the Bucks like to blitz. Guess who PFF has the second graded passer against the blitz?
Really?
Spencer Rattler, dude.
Oh,
Spencer
God.
Rattler. So I think the Saints have the weapons with Kamara, Shaheed, Olave, Jones, Neal. I think this game is going to be the Saints game. I'll probably sprinkle a little money line. And people forget that last year there was a 4-game stretch when Baker didn't have Godwin and Evans, and they went 0-4 in that stretch. We don't know what's going on with the rookie Ibaka. I'm going to take the Saints here plus the 4.5, and I'll probably sprinkle a little bit on the money line a little closer to game time.
You have probably pronounced Emeka Mbuka's name like 5 different times this year, and I just wish there was some AI that I could access to come back and clip it, because I'm not going through and doing it myself. But that would be very funny.
It's just awful, and all I know is
Ibaka.
Whatever, you know what I mean. Siakam.
No, it's so perfect. It's so good.
Kaya, who I do DFS stuff with, just there's like certain guys I don't even pronounce their names. I just, the wide receiver, the second wide receiver from the Tennessee Titans, like that.
Oh God, or Okoronkwo. Or no, that's
No,
not
not that guy. The guy from Stanford.
Oh yeah, that's a mouthful. I can't get there.
Yeah.
A game that I don't want to spend any time talking about unless you really want to. Titans Colts.
Oh, dude, I do. I love me some Tennessee Titans here. I got the Titans.
It's 14.5 points. So, I mean, I'm not shocked you like that.
I got him here plus 14.5, and I hate myself for doing this. Gambling, buying low, selling high. Is there any team right now that is lower than the Tennessee Titans? Let's look at the market.
Verse.
Divisional underdogs getting 14 points or more, cover 54% of the time, 4.1% ROI. Divisional dogs on the road getting this number, 58.6%, 8.6% ROI. I love the Colts, aka Team Blue Horseshoe. I played them to win the AFC South at plus 430, but they're due for regression. Here's a stat for you. Daniel Jones, last 13 pass attempts against pressure, 13 for 13. Absolutely insane. He's not going to be able to keep that type of stuff up. Regression is coming. We don't know what's going on with the Colts secondary. Kenny Moore, the best secondary guy by far, lines up in the slot, one of the best slot corners, dealing with an Achilles issue. Is he going to go? When we look at the other people, Jones, 40% coverage game grade, 94th out of 110. Blackman, 51.6, 88. And then if Moore can't go, that means Lamons is going to come in, 51.6 coverage game, but not enough snaps to qualify. Even if Moore does play, Ridley and the wide receiver, whose name I'm not going to pronounce, have a clear matchup advantage on the outside. Also opens up historically for a backdoor. When we look at teams that have won by 14 or more points and now home favorites, just 41% against the number. Colts are 17th DVOA against the run. Titans offensive line actually healthy now. If Pollard and Spears can get that ground game going, I think they should shorten the game. I think they're going to be able to hang around. And oh my God, TJ Hawkinson caught a ball too. Here's another key trend. Teams with a 200 winning percentage or worse, getting between 12 and 27 points, cover at a 55% clip. When it's a divisional matchup, that jumps all the way up to 60.4% with a massive 17.5% ROI. Give me the Tennessee here, plus 14.5.
It's stinky, but I knew you'd be on it.
You know what's going to suck is the Pacers just tied the game.
I saw.
And they're going to lose a 7.5 in overtime.
This is it is the worst bet in sports, having the underdog and going to overtime. I will stand on that. It's the worst feeling ever.
It's brutal. Almost as brutal as whatever just happened in the Chargers game.
I have not had that one on, but let's talk Cowboys Broncos. I've got Bo Nix over 233.5 passing yards. I do think we see some fireworks. Total set at 51. Broncos laying 3.5. Do we think the Cowboys keep this within a field goal?
Do we trust Bo Nix to win with this amount of margin? This offense has looked absolutely putrid. They have some offensive line issues. And I've been saying this for a couple of years. I don't think Sean Payton's that good. I just don't think he's that good of a coach. I think he's a little bit overrated. Should have won more Super Bowls than he did with the Saints. And do we need to talk about Dak Prescott? I have a 50-1 ticket for Dak for MVP. We need to start having a serious talk about Dak Prescott with how well he's playing. Now, who's the best cornerback for the Broncos? Surtain. Who doesn't travel to the inside? Surtain. Who lines up in the inside? My boy CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. Like, to me, I think we're going to see more Bronco money come in. I think the public's really going to buy them just because of the Cowboys did lose to the Panthers and the Bears on the road. But
yeah, the Cowboys have not looked good on the road this year.
I think we're going to see more stuff come in, so I'm going to be invested in them. So give me the Cowboys. I'm going to wait a little bit.
Nice. Well, and with the Cowboys again, if I'm sitting here on Sunday and the Cowboys are +4, or God forbid they get up to 4.5, again, I'm teasing that thing all day up to double digits. So,
God damn it, we're going to overtime. Son of a bitch.
Sure are.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Packers, Steelers. I get to see Mr. Rogers again. I haven't bet on the game yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to end up taking Packers money line. It is a stinky, stinky number. I just don't think we beat Aaron Rodgers by margin. I told Isaac I think this comes down to a late drive with Rodgers with the ball, and it's going to be the longest 5 minutes of my life.
Anyone that's followed me for a while knows what we're doing here. Tomlin as a dog, 65.3%, 26.5% ROI, getting 3 or more, 65.6%, 25.7% ROI. At home as a dog, he's an insane 21-7-3. That's 75% with a 41.2% ROI. Off a loss, 59.7% ATS as a dog off the loss.
We're not laying the points, folks.
61.9% ATS. He is just a covering machine. Steelers have only allowed 20 after the Steelers have allowed 28 points or more. The following week, they are 40-16-2 with Tomlin. 70% ATS. This Packers offense, they've only scored more than 20. They've only scored over 27 points against the Cowboys. Offense really just hasn't been able to get it going. You watch a lot of them, a lot of the games. Josh Jacobs doesn't look right. He looks slow. He looks like he's hurt. I really think that we're going to see him shut him down for a couple games for him to
two more touchdowns before he does that to hit his season total. Heavily invested.
I'm not going to say I think they're going to do that for 2 games. You know what I mean? Like he'll go on, he'll just sit out for 2 games because he's running upright. He just looks tired. He's not hitting the gap with the same urgency and everything that he did last year. Steelers blitz are the 3rd highest rate in the league. When you look at Love, 34th in completion percentage against the blitz. Steelers on extra rest. Packers, their last 4 games, they really haven't looked that good. Lost the Browns, tied the Cowboys. Couldn't put the Bengals away with Flacco as their quarterback, who just literally got there a couple of days earlier. Needed a last second to TD to beat the Cards. They don't really blitz. 4th lowest rate in the league. They sit back and play zone. And guess who's graded top 5 this year in PFF against the zone? Mr. Rodgers. I know I heard you guys talking a little bit about the pass catchers for the Steelers.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. If he's able to sit back there with time and kind of get the spots, I really don't think it will matter. Like Freiermuth had done nothing all year. He was able to get Freiermuth going. Speaking of Freiermuth,
he's now his second leading receiver.
How idiotic was it that he scored that touchdown?
Ridiculous.
You know, why didn't he go down? Yeah, I got the 3.5 here.
I think you said something actually that makes a ton of sense, especially from a scheduling standpoint. If they were able to shut down Josh Jacobs after this game, he would have from October 27th all the way till November 9th or November 10th, because we play Carolina, and that's a home game. And then we get a home Monday nighter against Philly. And then you go to New York, Minnesota, you get the stretch of the season. Actually, I don't hate your idea there. If we shut down Jacobs for the Carolina week, that's not the worst idea in the world.
I mean, just because he hasn't looked right. You know what I mean?
No, he's scoring touchdowns, but and people were like, oh, I think he's had multiple touchdowns in all but I think 3 out of his last 4 or 4 out of his last 5. But it's like, yeah, okay, when he's punching it in from the 5-yard line, that's not we're not gonna get all that excited about these. He's been slower. He looks a little bit slower. I don't know if it's an injury. I hope it's an injury. I hope that's just not what he's turned into. But yeah,
he had a lot of matches last year. I just think he's a little bit banged up.
Sure. Worried about my Packers. Always worried about my Packers. Monday nighter, before we get out of here, Washington Commanders. It is Marcus Mariota season against the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are laying 12, 47.5. This is a game that I will probably not turn on and watch at all. I'll be completely honest.
It was utterly disgusting in my eyes last week, just listening to the utter love for this team, for the Chiefs.
Yeah. It's been a suck fest.
But I am going to say this, and this kind of comes back to maybe playing the Panthers. What is the game of the week next week? Chiefs at the Bills.
Oh God, that's next week, huh?
Could that be a little bit of a look ahead spot? I'm just saying. I know you're getting Marcus Mariota. I know Marcus Mariota is a backup. But you get from these backups, you get 3 to 4 good drives. They're going to score 3 to 4. They're going to score 3 to 4 times. Is it going to be touchdowns? Is it going to be field goals? That's the thing. For me, I actually kind of like the Commanders, but I'm going to wait here.
You're going to get that number around 14.
These big numbers, and the Chiefs hate the Raiders. I mean, to me, that was just a huge statement type game.
Yeah, it's just a fuck you game.
Yeah, just they're taking knees before the 2-minute warning. That's the ultimate just F you.
Yeah.
So
they didn't respect them.
I really think this is the spot where they're going to come down to earth a little bit. Once they get up, they'll kind of take the foot off them because they do have it's a huge look at spot, man. A huge look at spot. And you're playing a short week going to Buffalo. So, hey, give me more money, man. Give me more money to the Chiefs so I can take that, dude.
Yeah, push that thing out to 14. I'll be all over it with 2 touchdowns. I just wanted to hit the look aheads. Green Bay 10.5-point favorites against Carolina, and the look ahead line ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
I think next week, the following week, I think there's some interesting games.
Well, this is here. We got just a few minutes. Should we run through the lines for next week?
Yeah, let's run through them and see if anything sticks out a little bit.
I mean, we got Baltimore's laying 8.5 at Miami on Thursday night.
Dude, I'm just saying, remember a couple years ago when Miami went down when Baltimore went down there and struggled?
I don't think Miami's as bad as they're showing. Last week is not Miami, but they're somewhere in the middle, which is still not good. Atlanta 3-point dog at New England. That's not a super surprising line.
If I'm getting Atlanta with 3, I would gladly take that.
Yeah,
May struggles against the blitz, dude.
Yeah, I don't know about Atlanta's defense. I'm still, I don't know. Denver and Houston. That's a tight spread where I would probably see. That's the thing. It's hard to like pick a side because this week hasn't happened yet. Chicago and Bengals. That's a tight line. I would lean Chicago probably in that matchup, especially if they get.
What do we got for that? What do we got for the Bengals line? I'm sorry.
Plus 1.5 for Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if the Bears get their doors blown off, I think that's a good spot for Chicago. Green Bay we talked about. Chargers and Titans. Chargers laying 7.5 only.
Yeah.
Interesting. Steelers then play the Colts. They'll be 2-point dogs.
Oh God, that dude. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, you want to talk about Mike Tomlin as a dog?
I mean, Jesus, dude. If that's the effing line, I'm sprinting to that.
I mean, it's plus 2.5 at plus money. It's probably close.
But that's the thing. 3. Like, if the Colts struggle against the Titans and the Steelers,
Pittsburgh looks good against Green Bay. Pittsburgh's going to be favored. Yeah. San Francisco and New York. That is San Francisco laying 3 on the road. That's an interesting line. Minnesota against Detroit. Detroit laying 7.5. Who the hell is going to play quarterback for Minnesota? I heard McCarthy's like the emergency quarterback.
McCarthy sucks. I think McCarthy's.
I think he's ass. I think he's terrible. I think one good quarter football.
I think they're realizing he sucks.
I think they're hiding him. That's what I was kind of getting to. I think with him being the emergency quarterback, it's kind of like a soft benching for a guy that's never really been a starter. Jacksonville and the Raiders. Jacksonville's laying 3 on the road.
That will get up to 3.5.
I was going to say that's going to get bet up. New Orleans and the Rams. The Rams are laying 12 at home.
Look, dude, if I can get that 4, it's just I'd be interested in the Saints. Saints aren't that bad. You know what I mean? Like
they're not far off. They are C+ quarterback away from being close to 500.
They have a top 10 rush defense.
They do. And that'll bode well against the Rams and Kyren Williams. KC and Buffalo, game of the week. It is basically, you're talking -115, +115, talking some points here.
Buffalo all day, baby.
I shall be betting Buffalo. That'll be a fun afternoon. And then Sunday night is Seattle and Washington. We have no idea what the quarterback situation is going to be for that one. And then we get Dallas and Arizona. That'll be actually that's an if Kyler's back and playing, that's an entertaining game.
Yep. Oh, and I will say this, I forgot to mention it when we talked about the Broncos game. I'm on Javonte Williams. Revenge game.
Revenge game. I like that.
And the thing, I don't mean to go on a tangent. Love what the Cowboys did. They brought in Clayton Adams, who was the offensive line coach for the Cardinals. Completely has revamped that run scheme. That run scheme for the freaking Cowboys is looking solid now. Completely love them. I'm going to be on some Javonte props this weekend for sure.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, that gets us up to the 90-minute point, folks. Appreciate all 3,200 and some change of you for tuning in, listening to myself, Isaac, and my guy, Eric. Eric, let the people know where they can find you every week.
At ETOF21 Sports on the YouTube, live 10 o'clock Eastern, go about 30 to an hour, just 3 bets, the takeaway from the week before, and that's how we do it, man.
Keep it short, keep it sweet. Not always the way that we do it on this program, but I appreciate everyone for coming in. Eric, always appreciate you joining, and we will talk to you probably in the next week or two here as we're getting close to the holiday season.
Sounds good, my friend. Looking forward to it.
All right, we'll see you.